Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to dig into the one capability that really separates great leaders from everyone else. We're drawing on everything from ancient strategy to modern management to talk about this, the ability to win before the battle even starts. So, let's kick things off with this incredible idea from Sun Tzu. What he's saying is that the outcome of any conflict isn't decided in the heat of the moment. No, it's decided long before anyone even takes a single action. The real victory is in the preparation. And this kind of flips our whole idea of leadership on its head, right? We love to celebrate the hero who can think on their feet, who reacts in a split second. But is reacting fast really better than deep, careful preparation? You know, we have this image in our heads of a leader as a reactive hero, right? Someone who swoops in and fixes problems as they pop up. But the sources we're looking at today point to a totally different model, the proactive architect. This kind of leader doesn't just solve problems, they see them coming a mile away and actually design the conditions for success right from the very start. Okay, so what does it even mean to have this winning state of mind? What is this complete confidence we're talking about? Let's actually break that down. You know, there's this amazing Chinese idiom that just nails this idea.胸有成竹. It literally describes an artist who, before they even put a brush to paper, has the entire finished painting of the bamboo perfectly formed in their mind. That's the feeling. It's a confidence that comes from having a complete, pre-existing plan. And here's another one that's just as powerful. 了若指掌. This means knowing a situation so completely, so intuitively, that it's like looking at the palm of your own hand. You know every line, every crease, every detail. Now, here's what's so cool about this. This isn't just some ancient, dusty wisdom. These exact same ideas pop up over and over again in modern Western psychology and management theory. The words are different, sure, but the core concept, it's exactly the same. So, in the world of psychology, they call this cognitive mastery. It's that point where your knowledge isn't just a random collection of facts. It's a deeply connected, highly structured system in your head that lets you assess and adapt almost instantly. And if you look at really high-stakes fields, think pilots or military strategists, they call it high situational awareness. It's basically a three-step dance. You perceive what's happening, you comprehend what it actually means, and then you project what's going to happen next. That is total command. All right, so how do you actually build this total understanding? Well, it's not just one thing. It's really built on three separate but totally interconnected pillars. It all starts with a rock-solid understanding of things, the products, the tech, the cold, hard facts. Then you've got to have a deep, empathetic understanding of people, what drive them, what they need, what pressures they're facing. But here's where the real magic happens, at level 3. Understanding the interactions, seeing exactly how the people and the things affect each other, creating these feedback loops that lead to either big wins or big failures. And this is where you can really see how universal these principles are. It doesn't matter if you're reading Sun Tzu or Harvard Business Review article. Win first, then fight is just what we now call deliberate strategy. And know the enemy and know yourself, that's the ancient foundation for what we call competitive intelligence. It's all the same idea. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But how does someone actually, develop this kind of all-encompassing view in the real world? How are these leaders actually made? Well, a lot of the top companies have a really smart way of doing this job rotation. They'll take their most promising future leaders and deliberately move them through totally different parts of the business, from R&D to marketing, from finance to HR. And the goal isn't just to pick up a few new skills. It's to build a complete mental map of the entire organization. And what they're doing, really, is the modern corporate version of Sun Tzu's classic advice, know the other and know yourself. When a leader understands the challenges and viewpoints of every single department, they can make decisions that help the whole company, not just their own little corner of it. But look, this idea isn't just for generals and CEOs. This is a powerful framework that you and I can use to make our own lives better. So I want you to just stop for a second and think about your own life. What are the complex situations, the big decisions? What are the battles that you're facing right now? I mean, think about it. Whether you're trying to pick a career path, make a big financial move, or just figure out tricky family relationships, the same approach works. If you take the time to really understand the facts, the people involved, and how it all fits together, you're just going to make better, more stable choices. So, this all leads to the big takeaway, right? How do we get ready for those moments, big or small, when we're called on to lead? The answer is all about what we do today. This completely changes why we should even bother with continuous learning. It's not about acing a test or angling for a promotion. It's about systematically building the deep understanding you're going to need for the responsibilities you will one day face. And all of this study, all of this learning, it's all in service of building this one single key capability. It's the ability to get that deep, holistic understanding of the people, the things, and most importantly, the interactions between them. Because at the end of the day, when that critical moment arrives, real leadership isn't going to come from some frantic burst of bravery. It's going to come from the quiet, calm confidence of someone who has already done the work, someone who understands the whole picture and who has already seen the path to victory, knowing it just like the back of their own hand.